I would like to invite our language evaluator, distinguished Toastmaster Celine Go, to please give us the word of the day.
Thank you, Srinam. Am I able to share screen?
Yes, please.
I need permission to share.
Alicia, could you please assist Celine?
Do we have any non-Toastmaster guests today? Do I need to explain my role?
You can do so. I think there are one or two new members.
Okay. Yep. So for the benefit, my role is just to listen to all the speeches and to provide feedback on the creative use and awkward use of the language. My role is also to offer a word of the day that we all can use to broaden our vocabulary, and that word is usually tied to the theme of the meeting, which is go green. Wow, when I received it, I was so, wow, that's so interesting. Most Toastmasters will go on things like leadership and opportunity and perseverance, things like that. And go green is such a refreshing change. So I thought, you know, when you go green, you think about nature, you think about fruits, you think about vegetables. And so I said, why not fruit? But in this case, fruit not used in its literal sense, but as a metaphor. In the noun form, it's to mean the result of work or actions. The strict COVID safety measures are starting to bear fruit. Fruitful, adjective form. Have a fruitful and enjoyable meeting this afternoon. I'm very sure that's going to happen. And as a negative form of the adjective, fruitless. After months of a fruitless search, the team decided to give up. And I thought I'll throw in some idioms as well. I'm sure many of you have heard of these idioms. To bear fruit. Forbidden fruit always tastes sweeter. Low-hanging fruit. And the fruits of our labor. So have fun using the word of the day, and I will talk to you all. I'll come back to you at the end of the session. Thank you so much. Over to you, Sriram.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Celine, for that succinct yet impactful word of the day. I invite our club president, one of the old and sweetest fruits of our club, to give his fruits of wisdom.
All right, thank you so much, Sriram. That is one of his key skills of our Toastmaster of the day, and also the very able VPE of our club, Sriram. He made the word "old" sound so sweet. And a very wonderful and warm welcome to each and every one of you. Thank you so much for joining our 203rd Whampoa's chapter meeting. Since we incepted way back in 1995, and today we are here. Thank you so much to all our distinguished guests and also all our friends who have taken up the invitation to come in and join us. Today's, as our LE mentioned, Salim, today our theme is Go Green. And of course, I encourage each and every one of you, the speakers, to incorporate the word of the day, fruit or fruitful. And I'm sure we are going to have a very fruitful Saturday afternoon today. And I would like to thank again our VP for ensuring there's a good array of prepared speakers, evaluators, and also for our table topics. And I must say a big thank you to all our appointment holders, because we do acknowledge without having our appointment holders, any of the Toastmasters meeting is not going to be complete. So thank you so much to all the appointment holders. And at Whampoa Toastmasters meeting, we always make an effort to serve or create the opportunity to share new knowledge and to give the opportunity to all our members and all our Toastmasters to hone their speaking skills and also to enhance on their leadership skills. And I'm sure today's meeting is going to be another such fruitful meeting. So I would like to thank each and every one of you for joining us today, and at the same time for us to have a great learning and fun session. So let our 2203rd chapter meeting commence. Back to you, Toastmaster of the Day.
Thank you so much, Zafar, for setting a fruitful context for the meeting. I don't want to overdo this word. Let's get it going in a very natural flowing way, just like a river. Our LE has graciously put the word of the day in the chat also. Before I start our prepared speech section, I would like to introduce and acknowledge all the appointment holders that we have for today. Today, the timers section is going to be handled by yours truly. And our counter for the day is our club president, Toastmaster Zafar. As I mentioned in the start that today my vehicle was driving south and there was this cool breeze which turned my vehicle to the right direction, and that is our dear friend Rebecca. Rebecca is actually going to be our table topics master of the day. I think in my Toastmasters journey, she is the person who has taken up this role in the shortest possible notice, just 4 minutes before the meeting. A big round of applause for Rebecca. Thank you very much. Unfortunately, our original topics master could not make it today due to some commitments. Thank you, Rebecca, once again. And as I mentioned, the other appointment holders are our Zoom master, Toastmaster Alicia, and we have our language evaluator, distinguished Toastmaster Celine Go from Bishan Toastmasters Club. Welcome, Celine, again. And we have a general evaluator, distinguished Toastmaster Patricia Lum, the past district AT director who drove our district to distinguished status during her term, and she has received special mention from Toastmasters International for her stint as club growth director as well as program quality director in the preceding and super preceding terms. Thank you so much, Patricia, for agreeing to be our general evaluator. Let's get our ears melodiously charged by interesting speeches. Why melodiously? Because all the wisdom that our speakers give is nothing short of a melody. Today, we have 5 prepared speeches. Unfortunately, our first speaker could not make it because of some health commitments. So we will be starting our speech from the second project by Sanjeevan Balan. Today, Sanjeevan Balan, who is a member of our Toastmasters Club, will be giving his level 2 project 1, understanding the leadership style, and his timing sequence is there is a misprint here. It's not 4 to 6 minutes. It's 5 to 7 minutes. Sanjeevan, I guess you got busy in something, and I'm afraid you haven't passed your evaluation form
Okay,
yet.
I did pass my evaluation form, and the
From
title of the speech. Uh,
sorry, then probably I would have missed. Can I know which is the level, because there was
okay,
some
sure. I
discrepancy.
just messaged you, but okay, I'm doing actually level project 1, level 3.
Okay, our project level 3 project 1, researching and presenting,
Yep,
right?
correct.
Okay, researching and presenting from the path effective coaching,
Yeah, effective.
and the timing sequence for the speech is 5 to 7 minutes.
Yep.
And Sanjeevan's speech is going to be evaluated by distinguished Toastmaster Sundaramurthy. and I will be passing, since there was a delay from my side on passing the evaluation form, I will just read out the objectives. Meanwhile, Sanjeev, can you pass the evaluation form to Murthy over WhatsApp?
Okay, can, sure.
Yep. So, Murthy, I'll just read out in interest of time. It is a 5 to 7 minute speech where the speaker will be giving a speech on a topic of his choice, which will demonstrate the research that the speaker has put in the speech, and he will be presenting it before all of us. Sanjeev, I wish you all the best. Thank you.
Thank you.
Before you start, could you just please pin the timer? That is me. Yep.
Sure. I will just have to share my screen to the presentation slide, which I'm going to show.
Yeah, please. Alicia, please help Sanjeev.
Yeah, I'm able to right now. Okay, can you are you able to see the presentation slide?
Yes.
Yes. Okay, everyone is able to. All right. Okay. Do you know the changes in the climate is actually destroying the earth? Do you know because of the changes in the climate, the United Nations is issuing us code red for humanity? Let me show you a video, and I want you to see carefully. Sorry. Sorry. Okay. Sorry. Let me restart because I think there's some issue in the sharing. Okay. I think I found. Okay. Yeah. Sorry. Just let me restart. Okay. Yeah. So. Not this. Okay. Are you able to see the screen right now? Yep. Okay. Can. All right. Okay. So I will begin. Okay. Do you all know the changes in the climate right now is actually destroying the earth? Do you know because of the changes in the climate, the United Nations has issued code red to humanity? Let me show you a video. Please look at it carefully. Sorry, I can't, I don't know, I can't play the video. Okay, I'm going to stop share right here, and then I'm just going to do the normal.
Did you click share audio and share video? click the video. You need to
Video.
click that in the setting when you do the sharing. There's a click at the bottom
Video only.
to share the audio as well. That's why there's no sound.
No, I can't set. I can't choose it both in the same time. I only can set.
All right.
Okay, I understand. Okay, understand. So I'm supposed to click, right? I can't click optimize for video. Only can click share sound.
Yeah, share sound.
But
Yours is a video, right? Actually, you should click optimize.
Yeah, it's blocked.
Blocked.
Yeah.
Too
So I
advanced.
can't. Okay. Never mind. Let me just present the normal way. So sorry. Okay. All right. Okay. You can see the screen. Okay. So let me begin. Do you know the changes in the climate is destroying the earth right now? Do you know because of the changes in the earth, the United Nations has issued us code red to humanity? Let me show you the video. So, what is climate change? Imagine you have your whole house destroyed and you have no choice but to live on the streets. You have full of hunger in you, but you have no food to eat. You also slowly develop skin diseases on your skin and you can't sleep peacefully at night because you have to constantly wake up to scratch that itch. Now, climate is the usual and the normal weather condition like sunny, rainy, and windy, where it happens in every country at every time. However, climate change is the shift of this weather condition. Let me give you an example. Climate change can bring about intense and scorching sun, which produces intense heat, and brings about drought, which dries all the crop which you need for food. Climate change can bring about heavy rains, which can produce excess water, which brings about flood, and a waterborne disease named the swimmer's itch. Climate change can bring about strong winds, which enter into the warm ocean. That's because of the sourcing the sun over there, the heat over there, and that actually produces typhoon and destroys your house. And you're not able to live in a sheltered house where you are trying to stay safe. Now, let me ask you, when I was young, I frequently get this fainting spell where I usually faint because of this. Sorry, because of this. Yeah, I usually faint because of this hot weather. And one day, I faintly remember I was in this National Cadet Corps HQ, headquarters, also known as NCC headquarters. And I was invited by them because our division in NCC unit had to do a parade for their event. And after a few activities and drinking a lot of water in this big green bottle, we had to queue up in this contingent. And we are standing in front of the Singapore flag. And suddenly, we faced a hot and big sun which was directly shining at me. I was standing there for very long. At about 20 minutes mark, I slowly felt perspiration trickling down my spine under this hot green thick uniform. And slowly I heard this sound ringing in my ears. It went teet. My world started to darken. The next moment, I knew I was lying down on the floor and someone was serving me a bottle of water. Imagine if I was standing there at this current weather condition, I think maybe not 20 minutes, I will have fainted within 5 minutes. So what can we do? So right now, Singapore is aiming to decrease the level of greenhouse emission by 35% by 2030. And this is done by Singapore's Green Plan, which is spearheaded by 5 ministries. And we, living in Singapore, what we can do is we can reduce the amount of carbon dioxide being released in the air. And that can be done by recycling waste materials. We can also use renewable energy products. And we can even eat less meat. And also, we can support the organizations in Singapore, which is putting in effort to reduce the harmful effects of climate change. For example, Climate Warrior. The Climate Warrior is an organization in Singapore which helps to enhance the climate by helping people reach the pinnacle of awareness regarding climate and also serve the better good of the earth through practical, experiential, and technological method. All of this one step at a time. If you want to know more about them and also follow them, you can actually go type the Climate Warrior in their social media. What is more important is we need to be more aware of this climate change. And on top of it, we must do our part. So, one step at a time, we will take to resolve this climate change issue. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Sanjeevan, for that enlightening speech. It did ring a bell in our minds that we have to be mindful of climate change, which is a very, very prominent subject and really a need of the day. Thank you, Sanjeev, for that wonderful speech. Now we have the second prepared speech. It's going to be delivered by our club member, distinguished Toastmaster and our Zoom master for the day, Alicia. Alicia's project is going to be evaluated by Toastmaster Yuntai. Alicia will be giving a speech from Strategic Relationship Level 3 Project 2, and the speech is a standard 5 to 7 minutes speech. May I ask the evaluator, Toastmaster Yuntai, to please read out the objectives of the speech? Thank you.
So the objective of the speech is for the member to practice using a story within a speech or giving a speech there is a story. And the speech title is My Destination and the Unexpected Adventure. So all the best, Alicia.
Toastmaster Alicia, I would request you to please pin me your timer. Done?
Just give me a minute.
Okay, cool.
All right.
That's a nice sound.
Oh, sorry. That is my phone. I better switch it
Okay.
to mute.
I invite Toastmaster Alicia to give her thoughts in the form of this speech. Toastmaster Alicia.
Every time you leave your home and head off in a new direction, any direction, you can't know completely what to expect, even when your destination is part of your routine. There could certainly be surprises in store, just like my unexpected adventure last month. It was my last 21-day cycling challenge for the year. The stakes were high because it was the last day of the race, and I had completed 40 kilometers of my 100-kilometer race. I had 60 kilometers remainder to finish on the last day. The earlier part of the race was completed on my regular 20-inch urban bike, but I struggled to complete because the rear tire went flat. So I had two choices, either to retire from the race or ditch the bicycle and use another bicycle for the duration of the remainder race. But retiring from the race was not an issue unless I was injured. So I chose option 2. I started the race early as 5 p.m. and easily cleared the 10 kilometers using my tiny 16-inch wheel bicycle. Yes, I was fast as a snail. But I was running out of time and I wanted to be like a cheetah. So I decided to use the larger 26-inch mountain bicycle, a new old bicycle which I had hardly used for the longest time. My preparation was to ensure the wheels were pumped. A mini bicycle pump and a can of 100 plus was fitted behind my cycling jersey. And I was ready for the ride, rather the test ride around my neighborhood. I thought that was sufficient. Surprisingly, the test ride went smooth. The bicycle left gear didn't work, but the right gear worked well. And I thought I was ready for the race. I decided to enter the park connector, or rather PCN, for Serangoon to Punggol Waterway and back to Serangoon again. So it would be a round-robin trip and would take at least 5 rounds to complete 50 kilometers. I was so much enjoying the ride and even stopped in between to participate in a Toastmaster table topic session, watched a workshop, and took photographs of families celebrating the Lantern Festival. But when I reached the 3/4 mark to Punggol Waterway, suddenly I felt windy down below and I heard something drop. I jam brake and got out the bike, but my right leg hit the fender and I fell off the bike and landed on my bum. When I put myself up, I realized my pedal had dropped. Then I remembered this quote: life is like a bicycle. To keep your balance, just cycle on. But how do you cycle on when the pedal has dropped? Then a petite young female jogger came over and asked me, "Are you having bike issue?" I replied, "Yes, my pedal has just dropped. Can you help me?" She says, "Let me help you then." And she efficiently, manually fixed my pedal back. I thanked the jogger and happily rode on. However, within 10 strides, the pedal dropped out again, and the jogger was nowhere to be seen. Now I had to fix the pedal back myself. And every time I fixed the pedal, after cycling a while, the pedal would just drop out. Then I tried to cycle without the pedal, but I couldn't. So finally I gave up and put the pedal inside my pocket and decided to just push the bicycle all the way back home. I pretended I was having a leisurely walk with my bicycle. To make things worse, my portable battery and handphone was flat. Many thoughts ran through my mind as it was reaching midnight, and I was reaching the quietest part of the park connector called Sunjai Serangoon, where lampposts were sparse. My heartbeat skipped many times. I imagined someone would jump out from the side and grab me by the collar, and I will appear in the news. Female cyclist killed while pushing her bicycle. So I looked around before I entered the dark zone and spotted a couple sitting at a bench having their romantic siesta with their bikes parked at the side. I decided to take a last chance for help and interrupted the couple. "But my pedal has dropped. Can you help me?" The husband looked at my bicycle and then suggested to push the bicycle to the nearby restaurants for help, as he didn't have any tools with him. So all three of us took a leisurely push to the nearby restaurants and approached a group of cyclists. And the leader of the pack offered to check my bike, but he also didn't have the right tools. But he offered to approach a restaurant that was still open to get a spanner. He returned victorious with a spanner in his hand, and my pedal was screwed tightly back in place. As we were now out of the park connector network, the couple that helped me then accompanied me for a short while and gave me directions to my home before parting ways. While cycling back, I felt a strong breeze in my direction. And before I knew, a sudden heavy downpour erupted and I was drenched to the bone. This time, there was no one in sight until I spotted a bus stop about a kilometer away from my home. I finally managed to arrive at my home in Sengkang. But just as how I handled the unexpected in my life, I handled this adventure quite well. I didn't panic because the quote, Invi Daniel Kilichi, life is a journey and the road we travel has twists and turns, which sometimes lead us to unexpected places and unexpected people. But in turn, it always leads us to our destination. Back to you, Toastmaster of the day.
Thank you so much, Alicia. Well, with the cycle, you can give so nice fruits of wisdom. I encourage all the speakers to use our simple and tasty word of the day in their speech. Thank you, Alicia, once again. Now we have our next
Ram,
speaker.
could I speak?
Yeah.
There's a lot of interruption on my laptop. I'm not sure whether it is only me. Can you all hear it? There's a lot of echo.
There is some tick, tick, tick sound. Now it is okay.
Oh, it's continuous since Alicia's speech. So I'm not sure whether it's myself or anyone else. No?
No, we are not hearing that,
No,
Patricia.
we
Okay,
are not
then-
hearing.
Then I will drop out and then come in again.
Sure, sure. Yeah, thanks. Our next speaker is Toastmaster Haja Zafrullah, our club president. Zafar is going to give a speech from Strategic Relationship Level 1, Project 3, where he will be giving his research in the form of a nice presentation. It's a 5 to 7 minute speech, and Zafar's speech is going to be evaluated by Toastmaster Lisa Wong from Kibanbaru. May I ask Toastmaster Lisa to please read out the objectives?
Okay, the purpose of this project is for the members to learn or review the basic research method and present a well-organized and well-researched speech on any topic. It's 5 to 7 minutes. Good luck, Zafar.
Thanks a lot, Lisa, for that succinct, objective recital. I invite Toastmaster Zafar to get ready for his speech by first pinning me in your screen so that you're aware of the time.
Sure, done that.
So I guess we are able to hear you and see you clearly.
Yes.
Friends, you would have seen, I didn't mention about the color sequence of the timings because these are 5 to 7 standard speeches. In interest of time, I skipped, but since we have some new members coming in, so I'll just quickly say for 5 to 7 minute speech like what you have heard so far, at 5 minutes a green background in my screen will be shown, then at 6 minutes a yellow background, and at 7th minute a red background will be shown, and the speaker will have 30 seconds to wrap up his speech. So at 30 seconds over, you will hear this clap sound. This is an indicative that you have hit 7 minutes as 30 seconds mark. Any speech that goes overboard this time or is shorter than 4 minutes 30 seconds, it is sweet. Sweetness is intact, but I'm afraid it won't be qualified for being voted as for the speaker who has given the best prepared speech.
Sure.
Thank you so much, Zafar. And
Sorry, Sriram,
Yep.
just I got a question. No, because just now when I checked my time, I was about to get 5 minutes, but the light was red. So I'm not sure. Now you
okay,
explain-
your time, your speech was going on, Sanjeev. It didn't. Your timing was on throughout your speech, and we
Mhm.
didn't stop the time when there was a long technical glitch, and I did give you 1.5 minute buffer. In
Oh,
spite of that, the speech was a bit overboard, but it was sweet, so I don't mind. Thank you so much. Zafar, the stage is yours.
Sure. The plastic continent. A continent is one of Earth's 7 main divisions of land. I think many of us are familiar with the 7 continents: Asia, Africa, the 2, North and South America, Antarctica, Europe, and the smallest continent, Australia. But how many of us know there has been another continent that has been brewing underwater for more than 30 years? Is anyone familiar with that? It was first discovered by this person called Captain Charles Moore during one of his many expeditions in the sea. And this plastic continent has gotten a name. It is known as the Great Pacific Garbage Patch. Yeah, that's right. You heard it right. It is known as the Great Pacific Garbage Patch. Lying between California and Hawaii, this Great Pacific Garbage Patch is 3 times the size of France. The plastic continent, the size can range from 700,000 kilometers and more. That is 3 times the size of France, 700,000. So to put it in local context, the land size of Singapore is 700 kilometers square, 700 kilometers square. And here we are talking about 1,000 times bigger than the size of Singapore, a continent right underneath the sea. It is one of the biggest or the biggest ocean waste repository with over 1.8 billion pieces of floating plastics, which kill thousands and thousands of marine animals every year. How was this plastic island formed, you may wonder? When you see by the beach the unsightly waste, the plastic pollutions, it gets into the ocean and is carried by the ocean currents. And in certain places comes together to form plastics, chemical sludge, and other debris. Now, how do we humans, all of us here, how are we adding to this Great Pacific Garbage Patch? This is a very, very crucial and a critical question for all of us. But the question should not be so much about how it got there. More importantly, it is about how all our consumption habits has spiraled so out of control to create this garbage patch, the size of 3 France. But just to give you a simple answer how this is formed, all of us humans plus the ocean currents creates what we call a trash vortex. We people create, we consume, and we carelessly toss the plastics away, and this litter ends up in the waterways. And as the plastic reaches the shoreline, the currents carry it into the ocean, and the convergence of the currents swill the plastics into one general area where this Great Pacific Garbage Patch is created. Captain Charles Moore, since he found this in 1997, he formed this organization called Al-Galita in 1999. Its mission is to be the forefront of the Great Plastic Awakening. Their mission is to inspire the next generation of visionaries to believe in the better future. As the originator of this Great Plastics Awakening in the field of plastic pollution prevention, They don't just gather volunteers to go by the beach and clear up the trash by the beach, but their innovative work is aimed at mending a broken system, which we all are part of, by shifting the way we, the humans, think about the environmental impact due to plastic. What they do, they connect young people with scientists, with experts, with the politicians, with the businesses to have a real conversation about the plastic consumption that all of us are part of. So, ladies and gentlemen, my presentation today, it is not to give you a solution, because I don't think that would do justice to this problem that we are facing. My presentation today is all about creating the awareness of this plastic continent. Because to be fair to this enormous, humongous, and a gigantic of a problem, to come out with a fruitful solution, we all need to create the first step, which is to create the awareness. Still, for us to think, what could be a fruitful solution for all these things? We can be more prudent, more sensible, more mindful the next time that you use plastic. As much as possible, cut down on the usage of plastic and be even more conscious about how you are disposing this plastic. As I'm presenting to you today, do you know that there's a team of scientists and experts who are working on the alternatives to plastic? And we really hope they are going to make it less destructive, whatever the product, to our planet. So as I wrap up today's presentation on creating the awareness, I would like to leave you with these thoughts. Solving this problem is every one of us responsibility. It is all about creating a better future for our children and their children. We cannot be so selfish and self-centered to leave a planet of garbage behind for our future. Because if we do that, they may not be consuming real fish, but a plastic fish. So let us all think green, do green, and go green. Back to you, Toastmaster of the Day.
Thank you so much, Zafar. A very powerful impression casting and soul stirring speech. Thank you so much, Zafar, for that wonderful speech. Now, the next two speakers that we have for the day are guest speakers. And the first guest speaker that we are hosting today is our District 80 PR manager, Toastmaster Lee, a distinguished Toastmaster Lee Shanshan, who is also from Astro Radin's club. I'll just quickly read out her introduction. So, Shanshan is also from Topayo East, Senja Cashew, South County Presenters Toastmasters Club. And she has joined, in fact, she joined a while ago to conquer the fear of public speaking. That is the motivation for her to join Toastmasters. And she suffers from wanderlust itch. I'm not sure what is that. Probably Shanshan might enlighten about this in her speech. I invite Shanshan's evaluator, Toastmaster Patricia Tay, not Lum, Patricia Tay, to please read out the objectives.
Thank you, Toastmaster of the Day. The purpose statement is, purpose of the project is for the member to begin developing a collection of humorous stories and to present a speech that includes humor. All the best to you. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Patricia. And Shanshan will be giving a 5 to 7 minute speech, and it is from Leadership Development Path Level 3 Project 2. Shanshan, please pin myself in your screen. I know that I can't be a great audience giving you a lot of expressions, but what to do? I'm timer today.
All right.
Shanshan,
Okay,
the
yes.
stage is going to be yours when I reset my stopwatch. 3, 2, 1, and here you go.
Sean, tell me a joke. Now, this is the reaction I have when someone asks me, tell me a joke. I'll just stare at the person, mind blank, no reaction, nothing, because I admit I'm not funny at all. Now, when I tried to do the engaging humor path, in fact, I finished up to level 4, but I haven't submit all the other levels yet. I'll submit up to level 3, but I have not submit level 4 because I just couldn't get past that project because I'm not satisfied on how that project is being done. I repeated the level 5 project 3 times and I have no idea whether that project is suitable or not. So, and I noticed one thing about my speeches. When it's humor speech, the project, the jokes don't come out. When I do a purposefully humorous project, the humor just doesn't come out. But if I'm doing, say, leadership development, level 2, level 3, the humor just come out because it is impromptu humor. Wait, am I doing the right project? Humor comes up for not humor projects, but the humor doesn't come up for humor. Okay, I'm lost. Anyway, when I suggested doing this project, I was thinking, should I do it? Should I not do it? And I realized one thing. Where is my sense of humor? Because most of the time, my humor comes from myself. Now, for the non-Chinese, I would like to explain one thing. If you realize my name, to the Chinese, it will mean 2 mountains. It sounds like double mountain. Shan, mountain. And double of it means double mountain. And one thing about the double mountain is my size as well. Now, my mom told me one thing. Girl, when you're born, you are the heaviest baby in the hospital. Nobody can beat your record. That year, the whole year, you're the heaviest. Seriously? Yep. If you go back to the records, you'll definitely find that you are the heaviest down there. Now imagine, all right, for the parents, imagine how much does a 12-pound baby weighs in kg? Anyone have any answer? Well, imagine you are that heavy, and by the time you grow up, you're also one of the tallest in your class. In primary 6, by the way, when we do in Singapore, during our levels primary 6, when you have to stand behind the class for photos, imagine all the boys are seated in front, but the girls are standing behind. So when the school picture came out, people were like, how come the boys are so short? Also tiny one, primary 6, 12 years old. Oh, don't worry, they will shoot up when they are in secondary 1 and all that. And true enough, the next year, when I saw my friend again, he was taller than me. at 1.8 meters. And that year, primary 6, he was only about 1.4. Ooh, shoot up that much in just 1 year. And when we talk about our size, people always ask me, do you play basketball? I actually say, no, I don't play basketball. The person who plays basketball is my younger brother, not me. But you're so tall. It's the genes. What can I say? I don't play basketball. I don't do anything. In fact, if you ask me to do any exercise, I'd rather stay in bed with my Nintendo Switch or my tablet and just watch my Netflix and stay in bed the whole day. Do not do anything else except to play my Switch and watch Netflix. Now, coming back to the jokes. Well, it was only when I do the engaging humor that I realized that I need some jokes. So I went online, searched some jokes. And I realized some of the jokes would not fit in our today's society. Or some of the jokes will not be able to resonate with others. Like for example, what's an apologist in dot and dashes? Anyone? Well, it's re-Morse code. Dot and dashes, Morse code. So apology, re-Morse code. And that is where the jokes. Sometimes we don't get it, sometimes we get the jokes. And I realized one thing. When people talk about jokes, they also realize they talk about their kitchen fail, all the fails that they have. But what about themselves? Poking fun at themselves. Whenever I was asked to do one thing, especially in school, because the rest of the boys are small, and it sounds like the wind can just blow them apart, blew them away. The teachers were like, "Right, girls, come, let's carry these boxes to the classroom." Huh? What about the boys? They will do other things. Okay. I was like, okay. And with that, I don't know whether I am funny or not today, because my sense of humor is still developing. So ladies and gentlemen, if you want to know your sense of humor, look around yourself, poke fun at yourself, and show the world. And with that, back to you, Toastmaster of the day.
That was a timely finish. Very, very impressive, Shanshan, for the speech. And now, sorry, I'm actually a distinguished Toastmaster as well as trying to be distinguished daddy. So I'm getting some interruptions in between. And I can totally relate to sense of humor. Yes, coming. Next we have our fifth prepared speaker, Toastmaster Giridhar Medical from TLCS Toastmasters Club, who will be giving his presentation mastery level 1 project 2, the second speech. He has already given a first speech and gotten some feedback, which he will incorporate the feedback he gotten in the first speech into his second speech and present it. And the title of Giridhar's speech is When You Forget. It's a 5 to 7 minute speech. 1 minute. Come on. I invite Toastmaster Alia to please read out the objectives for Giridhar's speech. Thank you.
Well done for multitasking. Hi. The purpose of this project is for the member to present a speech on any topic, receive feedback, and apply the feedback to a second speech. All the best, Giridhar. I hope I pronounced that right.
Yeah, you got it right.
Thank you so much, Alia. Go back. The timing sequence for this speech also remains the same, so we won't go through again. It's a 5 to 7 minute speech. The title of Giridhar's speech is When You Forget. Giridhar is a helping hand that we have got from the Tamil Language Cultural Society Toastmasters Club, part of Division T. And he is currently the VPE Education of that club. Peculiar thing about Giridhar that I noticed is that if you want to call him in WhatsApp, there is one number. And if you want to call him actually, there is another Singapore number. And beautifully, he has linked both the information at one place so that it's very easier for him to be reachable to us. And he is a very, very resourceful Toastmaster that we have in District 80. Giridhar, can you pin me?
Yes, I did.
Pin me as a timer, okay?
Yeah.
The stage is yours. Thank you.
How many times I have to switch off this alarm? Scream my mother with an irritated tone. Take this money and bring tomatoes, milk and sugar. Otherwise, you will not have lunch today. With no choice left, like the COVID quarantine humans, I bought back the items. Where did you get this change? I gave you the exact money. You forgot sugar. You didn't tell me to bring sugar. Yes, I did. No, you did not. Do you want lunch or not? Okay, I will go. I rushed to the convenience store. Uncle, 1 kg sugar, please. 20 bucks, he said. After I digging into my pockets, I realized I forgot the money. I rushed back home. Mom, where is the money? My mom shouted on the table with an even simple pitch. It's on the table. I silently bought the sugar. Monday morning, my boss commanded, make sure you do the transition of that new module to the new team lead. Again, with no choice left, I said, okay, boss, will do. And before even I first search for the module, the team had already approached and asked, can you help me share the design document, technical document, functional document, and the user guide before we start with the transition? While I'm still thinking, what was the module the boss asked me to do? Transition. I started digging into the module, but I was no clue. It was all felt like a terms and condition page. I was like feeling like an ant who's trying to dig into the code, but I was realizing later that I'm in the middle of a coal mine. I was strongly feeling that this is not my module, but I was persistent at it for 4 hours. Meanwhile, my junior interrupted. Bhaiya, can you please help me resolve this issue? It's been pending for 3 days and it's been escalated. And I'm told you are the owner of this module. It was lunchtime already. I have had my lunch, came back, and started digging into my module. After spending for another 4 hours, I somewhere felt like it's my module only, but nothing is documented. Now I'm left with only one weapon in hand and pray to God. Meanwhile, the team lead approached. Can we start with the transition now? And I started drafting the emergency email with an intentional coloring tone. Hello? Yeah. 2 minutes, please. I'm happy that I at least did not forget this speech. Wait a minute. Did I greet you guys in the beginning? Oh shit. Good afternoon, fellow Toastmasters, distinguished guests, and my forgetful audience. It's okay to forget things, but you have to be prepared when you forget things. Why? If Toastmasters has taught us anything, it is to be prepared. So here comes the forget man to the rescue with a list of tips and tricks that comes in handy when you forget things. Tip number 1, make sure your depression or frustration is obvious. Like my mother in the earlier story. It's on the table, you idiot. You will realize that she was the one who forgot, but you are the one who's serving the punishment. Tip number 2. Download a caller ringtone and save it as a shortcut to your mobile home screen and wallpaper. It comes in handy more than you think. Tip number 4. Gossip. Like me to my junior who interrupted earlier. Bro, did you know the new manager, he happens to change the entire organization hierarchy and you seem to get a new model along with a bonus. Oh, you are not even aware of that. Check with others, bro. Where are you? Tip number 5. Attend meetings. Research has proven that socializing and networking improves your memory. So the next time you attend that office meetings, instead of muting yourself and starting to do WhatsApping or online shopping, try to raise your hand and contribute to the speaker's idea or topic. Don't raise your hand now. I'm in the middle of my speech. All those who are listening to my speech with a focused attention will realize that I missed tip number 3. I genuinely forgot. And now that I pretend to remember because I took a 2-second pause, let me iterate. Tip number 3. Giving false advice, like me to my team lead. You are not even the one who will take up that module. The boss does not want you to sit idle. We have a separate resource for that module. You just tell the boss that you got all the transition and the rest will be taken care of. Now, don't forget to remember all the aforementioned tips. Otherwise, you know what to do. Respond in affirmation. Ama, why are you still in the house? Go to the shop. Oh, okay, ma, I'm going. Now, guys, if you will excuse me, I have to head to the shop before I forget. Over to Toastmaster of the day.
Giridhar, that was fast. I thought I have 30 more seconds with my son, but you called me very fast. Thank you so much. I just reset my. Yes, I'm coming. Sorry. I'm very sorry. Thank you so much, Giridhar, for that speech. I can't use the right adjective. I apologize because I didn't listen to it properly, but I know that you would have done a great job. And the timers report for all the prepared speeches are as below. Sanjeevan has taken 13 minutes 4 seconds. Alicia has taken 7 minutes 58 seconds. Zafar has taken 7 minutes 20 seconds. Shanshan has taken 7 minutes 27 seconds. And Giridhar has taken 6 minutes and 32 seconds. As per the timing, Zafar, Shanshan and Giridhar are eligible for being voted as the person or the Toastmaster who has given the best prepared speech today. Sanjeevan and Alicia were so engrossed in giving speech and we were so engrossed in listening that time went a bit overboard. I leave it to the president's choice. President, do we include everyone in for voting today or we just go by the rule?
I mean, like I would suggest just go by the rule, if that's okay. Just, yeah, everybody okay with that? Yeah, thanks. I mean, like the whole idea is about learning. So we'll just go by the rule.
Thank you. Thanks a lot, Zafar. May I request Alicia to please share the link for the Menti poll?
Okay, thank you. Oh, she has done that.
Candidates for Best Speaker Award are Zafar, Shanshan, and Giridhar. Please cast your votes. Zafar has taken 7 minutes and 20 seconds.
The link does not seem to work. Think.
Yeah, I can't see anything on the link as well.
Yep.
Alicia, could you please have a look?
Sorry, give me a minute. Let me check.
Yeah, sure. Thanks. So back in India, in Toastmasters, we used to have a joke master who used to fill up this kind. Can Shanshan be the joke master for today? I really liked her speech.
It's really like a stand-up
Seriously?
comedian, huh?
Actually, comedy is the one of the most toughest forms of speech. Inspiration, motivation is in the second spot, but comedy is the most difficult. Well, I'm referring to the normal day comedy definition, not Shakespeare's definition.
Can the link be used? It's still the same one.
Seems to be the same, Alicia.
Start with the second session of our meeting today, which is the table topic section. And this will be conducted by our guest Toastmaster, Toastmaster Rebecca Pulva from Social Polite Toastmasters. I have got her introduction, but somehow I feel that I have to speak few words for her from my heart. She is like my fairy godmother. And she has rekindled my faith on Toastmaster spirit that we all learn and glow by growing together and helping each other. I pass the baton to Toastmaster Rebecca Purba to please take over the stage as topics master. She will be conducting that session. And I think timer role, someone is going to substitute me. May I know who is going to substitute?
Yeah, I'll have my juniors handling that.
Okay. If you need, I can do that as well, if you need to.
Shanshan is volunteering.
Okay, then that's fine.
Shanshan, please. Thank you. So
Thank you.
for
Appreciate that.
the remainder of the session of the day, Shanshan will be the timer of the day. And I will see you all back during the evaluation section. Thank you so much. Rebecca, the stage is yours.
Thank you so much, Sri Ram, for your support as well. I do believe also, same like you, Toastmaster is a positive and supportive environment. So I also learned how to do impromptu act. Same also like you. We're doing a lot of the impromptu action. So today, my session will be a table topics where this is one of the exciting segment for all of us in Toastmaster. So table topic segment, just to give a brief intro, what is table topic all about? It's the impromptu speaking that help us to practice the art of improvisation and also think on our feet. So it develop our 4 vital communication skill, our listening, thinking, organizing, and delivering. The time sequence for the table topic is 1 minute will be green, 1 minute 30 seconds will be yellow, and then 2 minutes will be red, and 2 minutes 30 seconds will be beep beep or times up, like the screen sharing that Shanshan showed. Thank you, Shanshan. Shanshan will be our timer for today. And what are the tips to handle table topics? Just a quick, we have the audio process. So you start with opinion, reason, and giving evidence, and you close it again with your opinion. There is also pendulum method, the pros and cons, positive, negative, and also what are the strengths and weaknesses. We also have 5 wives, 1 husband. So you can start with what, who, where, when, why, and then how. And also most interesting is K-pop. You can share your knowledge, personal experience, observation as well. And the last one is the time method. How's in the past, how's now, and what will be in the future. Okay, so without further ado, let's start. The theme of today is Go Green. And word of the day is fruit or fruitful. So let's start with the first speaker that would like to try. You can unmute yourself or you can type in the chat box, or I also can choose. Maybe Prima, you want to try? You can unmute yourself, Prima, no worries. Which number you would like to try?
Okay, I will take, I think it's topic 2, the husband, one husband with the 5 wives.
Table topic 2 question, yeah? Okay, I go quick. Okay, the question is, no, before the 5W and 1H is the techniques for you to answer the question. But in a table topic, we give you question, then you can respond with the question, yeah? So don't forget the word of the day is fruit or fruitful, fruitless, low-hanging fruit, anything about fruit, okay? So the question for you, Prema, what you plant today, your child will reap tomorrow. What you plant today, your child will reap tomorrow. Over to you.
Good afternoon, everyone. But it's really an honor to be able to speak to all of you esteemed speakers today. Okay. Coming back to the topic, I think it's very true. And it also, and I remember a very important line, it says, the seed that you sow will also be the plant. And now from the plant, you will get the fruits. So bottom line is, it's very important to start our training and our teaching and all from the beginning as a seed. So like when we as parents have children, it's very important to cultivate good habits among our children so that they will grow up to be useful citizens and also be very fruitful in all their ways and the ways they conduct themselves and be also good citizens in the world. So in my case, I have 2 children. And I'm so glad to say that my husband and I were very strict with our children. And now they've grown up to be good citizens and they are fruitful and they themselves have children. So all in all, our family has grown and there are lots of fruits in our family. So thank you, everyone.
Yeah, let's give big round of applause of Prema.
Thank you.
So the message is, you need to be productive to have more children and to help our nation with the regeneration. Thank you, Prema. Okay, so next, I would like to...
Chang, can you call Chang? Yeah, Prakash Chang? Is good. Yeah, we go with Prakash first, then we can have Chang.
Okay, sure. Prakash, would you like to try? There are 5 questions.
Yes, he will try.
All right, a very good afternoon to all. Okay, maybe I'll try table topic 5.
Oh, sure. Table topic 5. I go number 5. Going green means you have made the conscious decision to not steal from your children. Going green? Okay. I put the question also in the chat box just in case. I repeat again the questions. Going green means you have made the conscious decision to not steal from your children. Over to you, Prakash.
Yes, a very good afternoon to all, yeah? All right, I think in this context, let's all go green. Of course, green can mean having children, yeah? And it's important to note that as parents, we always wants to make sure that we plant all the right seeds into our children, right? To make sure that they are fruitful or become successful, whether it becomes in terms of their career, in terms of their character, or even in terms of the society at large, yeah? So all these are very important seeds that we plant into the children that we have. Now, it's obviously a role model that we play to our children. But whatever we do, they do emulate, right? So whether it's subtly or whether consciously, we are planting the seeds into them. The most important thing to note is, as the topic says, we should not be reaping it. Actually, you should be genuinely doing it. The cultivation should be genuine. Okay, you should not expect that because you are looking at the fruits that are going to come out from your seeds that you are planting, that you go into a mode where you are only selfish actually to even be taking something back from your children. You should be freely giving them the cultivation plot, okay, to feel free that you are there as a fertilizer actually. You make sure that they are able to grow to the best seeds in possible, but without any fruits. But the fruits, believe me, will just come back because it's the law of nature. It's the law of the world. You don't expect it, but it will come back to you. So don't expect anything. Give them the best, give them the love, and it will come back because it's the law of nature, the law of attraction, the law of the earth. So back to you, Toastmaster.
Wow, thank you so much, Parkas, for such an insightful impromptu speak. Lots of love for you.
Yeah, thank you.
Okay, next, we would like to have Chang to be our next table topic speaker. Okay, so number 2 and number 5 already chose. So we have number 1, number 3, and number 4.
Okay, I'll go for number 3.
Okay, sure. Okay,
Yeah.
Chang, ride a bike or take a hike to go green. Ride a bike or take a hike to go green. Over to you, Chang.
All right. So we'll be asking ourselves whether to ride a bike or take a hike if you want to go green. Okay, the answer and the choice is up to us. For example, some of us wants to learn a bike by having a 2 wheels behind first. I remember when I was a child, or today in the morning just itself, I saw a little boy riding a bike with 2 wheels behind. And I just shared with my wife that it's really tough to learn to ride a bike with additional 2 wheels behind when he grows up. So for people who are taking a hike while they are riding, to me, it means that they are actually riding with 2 wheels itself. They are taking a risk. So what does this got to do with going green? Going green, we have to take a risk too. We have to tell ourselves, just like what Zafar had mentioned, to be aware to use our plastic bags every day. Going green is a conscious and taking a hike decision, in my opinion.
Let's carry on.
Okay, let's carry on. So whether to ride a bike or to take a hike, the choice is really up to us. However, in today's context, and especially in today's Whampoa Toastmaster Club, I'm sure all the members would choose to take a bike instead of riding a bike to go. Thank you.
With more accuracy.
Thank you, Chang. Maybe Corey, you also want to try the table topic? You're so excited with her voice. Okay, hi Corey. Would you like to try?
I cannot join for this moment.
Okay.
Maybe next time. Thank you.
Okay, maybe. Thank you. Okay, maybe I would like to ask Murthy to try the table topic. Are you okay, Murthy, to try it? We still have number 1 and number 4.
I actually thought of giving the chances to the others because I am holding an appointment for as an evaluator.
Ah, okay. I pointed out those actually open their camera.
So let the others get the chance. Thank you so much.
Sure, no worries. How about Zafrina? Would you like to try?
No, Zafina is actually not joining. She just has assisting me, my junior.
Ah, okay, sure. So other than that, anyone would like to try our Misa R counter?
The R counter is myself. I'm doing the R counter. So, Alicia, you want to give it a shot?
Okay, yeah, Alicia is our Zoom master.
Yeah.
So we have number 1 and number 4 for you to try. Which number you choose?
4.
Number 4. Okay, cool. So number 4 will be kindness and forgiveness are the best plants that we can grow. Kindness and forgiveness are the best plants that we can grow. Over to you, Alicia.
A very good afternoon to club president, to members and guests. I've got this statement: kindness and forgiveness are the best plants to grow. Well, I take a look around my new house. I have 2 potted plants. One is the cactus family kind of plant, which is small and hardy. And the other is a nice plant that's given to my friend, for my housewarming. Well, these 2 plants live quite well in my house. Why so? It's because the owner here is kind and forgiving. No, jokes aside, when we talk about real life, kindness and forgiveness is the essential thing that you need to have in life. For in everyone's life, everyone has a past. Your past may be very sad, horrific. So what do? Do you want to keep it in your heart and hold grudges and let your past imprison you? Well, if you do that, then you cannot move on. The past will hold on to you like a prisoner. But if you look at it, forgive yourself and forgive the other person or thing, you will be able to learn from the event, all the experiences, and use it as a tool to build a better future. Don't be childish and keep the resentment inside you. Grow up. And if you still cannot forgive and be kind, then just move on. Do not let the past make you a bitter person. So use kindness and forgiveness to grow better plants and be a better person. Back to you, Table Topic Master.
Wow. Alicia, thank you for the closing table topic. Be kind and give your forgiveness to other people for us to move on and grow. Thanks, Alicia. So everyone, thanks for the fruitful table topic session for today. I would like to ask our timer to share the timing sequence of our table topic, and I'll pass this stage also to our TMD. Over to you, timer, and also TMD.
Okay, for the table topic timing, Prima is 1 minute 18 seconds. Prakash is 1 minute 50 seconds. Chang is 1 minute 34 seconds. Alicia is 2 minutes 18. I will put in the thing in the chat, the timing sequence in the chat. All right. Okay, over to you, Shriram.
So much for that thrilling table topic session. I have to appreciate Rebecca really at this point of time. I did pass her a few topics. See the commitment of the Toastmasters. She could have chosen all the topics that I gave. No, she just took 10% of what I gave. And during this course of time, she came up with her own topics. I want all of us to please give her a round of applause. This shows real leadership. Thank you, Rebecca. You are one of the most delicious fruits that I have seen in Toastmasters today. I'm honored to say that your actions are sweeter than the fruit bowl that I had in the morning. Thank you so much. I think all these speakers are within time. Please vote for the speaker whom you think has delivered the best table topic speech according to you. The Menti code is given and we can just proceed ahead with vote. After voting, it's 4 o'clock, 3 minutes by my watch. President, could we have a small break and come back at 4 o'clock, 13 minutes, 4:13, a 10
Yes.
minutes break.
Yeah, sure, sure.
Okay. Thank you, everyone. Let's break for a small refreshment break. Well, Whampoa is known for serving very home-like refreshments when we used to meet physically. And I sincerely hope that those good days turn back to us very soon, and we would love to have all of you in person. Thank you very much. We'll see at 4:13. Thank you. Thank you, Alicia. Now, one of the most interesting sections of a Toastmasters meet, where we will be getting a chance to have a perspective, a feedback on what the speakers delivered. Everyone likes an audience and everyone wants to grow. And what a better way to have an evaluation for us to grow together. We begin the evaluation section. There is small change in the ordering because of some commitments of Toastmasters. First, we will begin with the evaluation for Toastmaster Giridhar Medical. Toastmaster Giridhar's speech is to be evaluated by Toastmaster Elia Vellaut from TMCS, Toastmasters Club of Singapore, one of the premier clubs in Division U. She is a law student who is working on public speaking. See, law student and still has that spirit to grow, that she's still working on her public speaking, and she is a budding Toastmasters and quite energetic, and we are very, very pleased to have her here, in our meeting today. I invite Toastmaster Elia Vellaut to please give her evaluation for Toastmaster Giridhar. Please pin myself, Elia, and say an okay if you are ready.
Okay.
While Elia is getting ready, I will just, in interest of time, I'll just tell this timing sequence. All evaluation speeches are standard time, that is 2 to 3 minutes. At the end of 2 minutes, a green timer background will be shown. At 2:30, a yellow, and at 3, a red, and 30 seconds will be given for the evaluator to wrap up their respective evaluation speeches. In order to be qualified for being voted as the best evaluator, one is expected to be within the time frame. Thank you so much. Elia, stage is yours.
Sriram,
Yes.
sorry, before, just to recheck, who is doing the timing? Shanshan, yourself? Or
Shanshan is doing the timing.
Okay, let's just, Shanshan, you okay with that? Because she changed.
Yep.
Okay, awesome. Thank you.
No
So Elia can pin Shanshan. Thank you so much.
Yeah, please
Yeah.
pin Shanshan. Yeah, thank you.
Thank you for that wonderful introduction as well. You mentioned growth, and I think, you can never stop growing and learning. So thank you for that. So good afternoon, everyone, and a very special good afternoon to Giridhar. Congratulations on finishing your speech. I actually want to commend you for being able to convey so much emotion and being so animated, especially on a medium like Zoom. I really liked how you used your hands and you got up close and personal with us. So well done on that. So there were 3 things in particular that I really liked about your speech. The first, I actually wrote down cool, calm, and collected. Now, I find this a very important thing for speakers, because if you are calm, we are calm. So if sometimes speakers go up on stage and they're a little bit nervous, which is totally normal, especially if you're starting out, but that nervousness can translate into the audience. So well done for keeping calm and keeping us calm. The second thing I really liked, and it's in relation to my first point, is your confidence. When you are confident, as the audience, we can trust you. We can sit back and relax and allow you to take us on this journey, which you have so nicely done for us. Finally, in relation to your actual speech itself, I actually loved your speech. I thought it was very cleverly written. I especially liked how you took us and engaged us by asking us the question. Do you remember if I greeted you in the beginning? I thought this was a fantastic way of gaining our engagement once again. So well done on that. Now, some areas for improvement, I think we can all agree, is that you spoke quite fast. So what happens when you speak fast is that you don't enunciate the words as clearly. For me, I found it actually very difficult to understand some of the words you were saying. I think this may happen when some people have stronger accents. So a challenge for you is to slow down, try and enunciate every single word so that we're able to be engaged. One of the best speeches, and the best speeches in my opinion, is when you're able to engage the audience from start to finish. So what happens if we can't understand some words is we might lose that engagement. So you don't want that. All in all, wonderful speech. Congratulations. And hopefully in the future, you can take these improvements on board. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, Elia. You have given something that Giridhar is going to carry throughout his Toastmasters journey. I can very well see that. Thank you very much. And I wish to see you again whenever possible in Whampoa Toastmasters Club. Thank you. Next, we have the speech evaluation for Toastmaster Sanjeevan by our very own charter member of this club, distinguished Toastmaster Sundaramurthy. Sundaramurthy is a passionate Toastmaster who is quite active in Tamil as well as English circles, a veteran Toastmaster, and he is mentor to quite many budding Toastmasters as well. And one thing that we all like in him is commitment. When it comes to commitment, he truly lives by it. Toastmaster Sundaramurthy, the stage is yours. Before you begin, please pin Shan Shan, the timer.
Wonderful afternoon, Club President, District Officers, members and guests, especially to the Speaker, Sanjeevan Balan. Speaker Sanjeev, I am going to evaluate the speech on 3 bases. The first part would be the way you delivered your speech and the structure of your speech. The second part would be the most interesting part, which I really liked in your speech today. And the third part would be 2 points for improvement. Because good speeches happen in Toastmasters, but if you wanted to be a great speaker, you need points of improvements to be given by the evaluator, which I'm going to do it. Let me start my evaluation. To start with, I really like the way you begin your speech today. You begin with a question. You asked the audience. You said, let me ask you all, do you all know that the climate changes is destroying the world now? When you said, I was just wondering, how is it going to destroy the world now? And then you started with the video. And then it went on to certain other slides. I like the flow of it, but it could have been more enhanced if it must have been a bit with a lot of research. And then it should be with the practice, because presenting a research topic to audience, especially online, is a great challenge. And you did it, and because it's going to be a second project, probably we have difficulties, and you overcame those difficulties very well. That takes me into the second part of my evaluation in your speech, the interesting part. See, you clearly showed us what is a success for a speaker and what is a failure for a speaker. Failure is when you lie down flat and when you fall flat on the floor because of the speech hiccups. But did you stop there? You didn't. You got up immediately and you started your speech. And that is success. You did not do that once, but you did it a few times. That is the success, which I really liked. Most importantly, when a speaker loses his train of thoughts, probably his stress level increases. But today, even though so many things went wrong, you were very calm and collected. That is the best interesting part of your speech. Now, coming to the most important part of my evaluating your speech today, even though it was a short speech with a lot of interruptions, but I would like to give these 2 points, 2 points. Most importantly, see, in Toastmasters, we focus all our speeches to be timed. And if you wanted your speeches to be in a timely basis, then the most important thing is focus, focus, focus. Focus is where? Focus is on the topic. When you choose a topic saying that the changing climate, it is a huge one, it's a vast topic, changing climate. But in that changing climate, if you wanted to be more specific, what am I to do with that? So which will have been help me to learn more about that. And the second thing is seek a balanced set of evidences. Try not to research so much where you're paralyzed by this research topics. Try to give one or two set of evidences only. Either you choose to the statistics with 2 or 3 slides, and then slides, and try not to go for video, which might take more time. And I hope if you are able to implement these 2 points and with the courage, with the confidence what they gained with this today's speech, it will enhance your speeches to a greater time. Thank you. Back to you, table topic, Toastmaster.
Thank you so much, Murthy, for that insightful feedback. I'm sure Sanjeev will definitely use it as a stepping stone for his upcoming speeches. Thanks once again. Next, we have the evaluation for the speech by Distinguished Toastmaster Alicia Chia by Toastmaster Yun Tai Leo from Legacy Toastmasters Club. Yun Tai is the chief of Happy Retirement Tribe, and his mission is to help people retire happily. So if you are planning on how to have a fruitful retirement, so the fruit is among us. Yun Tai, the stage is yours. Thank you.
Thank you, Shriram. Thank you. Hi, Alicia. I got to congratulate you on a speech that's well done. And what I really like about your speech is that you brought us along on your bicycle journey. And the moment you started sharing about your journey, we are so hooked on it. And we want to find out what is the ending of the story. So I like the flow of your story and I like the content of it. I also like your expressions. I love how you use your hand gestures, your expressions to illustrate the high points and low points of your story. And I also like your prop, the spanner, the prop that you use to bring out the main point of your story. Some of the areas I feel that you might want to work on: vocal variety. You might want to increase your vocal variety in terms of the volume and in terms of the pacing to make it more exciting and more interesting, your story. Like certain points, you may want to whisper a little bit just to bring out the tension in the story. And certain points, you want to speak a bit louder to emphasize the main points. And number 2, you may want to include a call to action in your story. You may want to challenge the audience to think and reflect from your story. And you also want to share some of your own lessons learned from the incident. Finally, you may consider injecting humor into your story to make it fun and memorable. Overall, a job well done, Alicia, and keep it up. Over to you, Toastmasters of the Day.
Thank you, Yun Tai. These evaluations actually give us an insight that evaluation is not just about speaking and pinpointing things. It's about a crafted structure, an elite way of encouragingly telling the members that you are there, you can do even better. With these strengths, you can go greater heights. Thank you, Yun Tai, for that constructive feedback. Next, we have the evaluation for the speech by Distinguished Toastmaster Li Shanshan. Oh, I'm sorry. The evaluation for the speech by our club president, soon to be Distinguished Toastmaster Haja Zafarullah.
The evaluation will be given by Toastmaster Lisa Wong. She is the current club president of Keban Baru Toastmasters Club, an avid helper, I would say, in Toastmasters Circle, who is always ready to learn and to give back the Toastmasters community whenever warranted. I invite Toastmaster Lisa. It's really fantastic to see you after a long time. Please pin our timer, Shanshan, and the stage is yours.
Thank you. Thank
Lisa,
you.
Lisa, I think you need to adjust your camera again because it's by the side.
Oh, okay. Can you hear me?
I can
Sorry.
see you. Yeah, but it's
Okay, don't worry about looking at me.
Sure, I actually wanted to, but that's fine then.
Yeah.
Yeah, looks good right now.
Okay, good.
Thank you.
Wonderful Saturday to all, and especially to Club President Zafar. Today, I am evaluating Zafar using the theme of the meeting, fruit, F-R-U-I-T. 4 good fruity takeaway. Number one is the first impression of the speech that brought out the mystery of the speech title. He asked, how many of us know that there is an 8th continent out of existing 7 continents? So that is quite surprising. It brought out the attention to the audience about the awareness of this mysterious 8th continent. Okay, the first F is the first impression. So Ara, I would say use it for reason, rationale, and results. 7 minutes and 20 seconds. You cover the length and breadth of the topic. Well done. Which is incredible. You must have practiced and practiced and practiced. Therefore, wonderful speech for today. And for you, I would say unforgettable message. Think green, go green, do green. The triads of using this green and the marvelous combination of think, do, and go. The action speaks for it. The philosophy speaks for it. And of course, the habits that we must adopt. So lastly, the T, the translation, the transformation of your speech. I would say that is the one room of improvement that I would suggest for you, is to use 1 or 2 visual aids to help you and help the audience to connect with Charles Moore and the Great Pacific Garbage Patch. So allow me to just share what do I mean by using the visual aids. Just let me do this. Am I able to turn this? Can everyone see this? There is on my profile picture.
Yes.
Of course, I'm not able to share screen because today I don't have my devices with me. So I'm using my mobile phone. As much as possible, with that picture, does it speak 1,000 words? Of course, this message is very strong to us that it is no longer just about climate change. It is more than climate change. In fact, it is about global warming to global warning. Your message is warning us about the climate change. And of course, I applaud to you for this brave attempt. Because why? Your next message perhaps will lead you to a speech, an audience to the United Nations Assembly. So all the best to you, Zafar. I love your speech and it is incredible and inspiring. In fact, I like your green and fruity speech. I hear your call for the green mission and I hope you'll continue with this speech to scale a new height with all the feedbacks provided to you with all the evaluators. So I'd like to close this with a quote from Winston Churchill. A speech should be like a skirt, short enough to get the interest of the audience, but long enough to cover the subject. Well done, Zafar. Back to you, Toastmasters of the Day.
Thank you, Lisa. Your time stopped on time. Just that my delay was delay from my part in switching on the camera. Thank you so much. Your speech is always enchanting. Your feedback is even more encouraging. But your presence, seeing you is really, really heartwarming. Thank you so much for being part of our meet today, and great to see you back again in action. Next, we have the evaluation for our district PR manager, Lee Shanshan, Distinguished Toastmaster. If any clubs want to publicize themselves better, you know who is the person to go to in this current term. Her speech is going to be evaluated by Toastmaster Patricia Tay, not Lum. And Patricia is from Torrance Toastmaster Club, and I have met her a couple of times during SG online meeting as well. Very prompt, very meticulous Toastmaster, and a good person to learn from if we have to organize an event or run a meeting and something on similar lines. Patricia, I invite you to give the evaluation. Please pin your speaker whom you are going to evaluate, who is actually the timer as well. Thank you so much, and the stage is yours.
Thank you, Toastmaster of the Day. I am very humbled by your lovely introduction of me. Good afternoon, fellow Toastmasters and guests. Good afternoon, club presidents, and good afternoon to you, DTM Shanshan. It is my privilege to evaluate your speech today. The speech started with an attractive opening. There was a very good display of facial expressions. I was just watching and listening. Then I saw the changes in the facial expressions. Pace was appropriate. The tone of voice was just right. The speech was peppered with personal anecdotes to engage the audience. We could hear you clearly and we could see you very well. Speech was delivered standing up and with good eye contact. That showed the importance that you gave to this speech, and immediately we were drawn to it. The message of the speech is definitely worth our attention. Thank you for giving enough importance here and having the device adjusted in such a way that your hand gestures could be seen. There were so many good things that we saw and we heard. Now I shall move on to the recommendations. There are just 3 points of recommendations. First one is to accentuate all the goodness. For example, when showing your facial expressions, you could go closer to the screen. Like this. Volume of your voice could vary. For example, when you said the sentence, "I'm never good at telling jokes," you could turn to a whisper, so the audience could be immediately connected with you, sharing that secret. Hand gestures were good, but they could be better. By having sharp movements and slowing down will bring certain points across very firmly. I love the dialogue between teacher and students. I could hear the vocal variety, difference in the tone of voice. That was at the end of your speech, and it gave a very interesting end with a good call to action. Your speech has made our time here very fruitful. I'd like to now share the evaluation form that I have done for you, Shanshan. Here it is. So these are the points that you excel at. These are the points that you may want to work on. And I'll encourage you to challenge yourself by trying out various styles of speech and collect modules to use when needed. I've definitely learned from you as well. Thank you. And back to you, Toastmaster of the Day.
Thank you so much, Patricia. And thanks for making my words true, my adjective that I use for you to be very true. You are really meticulous, and at least I will definitely tried to learn that quality from you, because I know that it is one of an important quality for great leaders. And Toastmasters is the place where great leaders are made. Thank you so much, Patricia. I think with this, we come to the end of our evaluation section. May I have the timers report for all the evaluators?
Okay. Let me see. Earlier speech evaluation is 2 minutes 12 seconds. Sundarmurthy is 3 minutes 45. Yuantai 2 minutes 04 seconds. Lisa 3 minutes 06. Patricia 3 minutes 15 seconds. It's also up on the chat as well.
So, from a perspective of time, I think except for Sundaramurthy, all the evaluators qualify for being voted. Sundaramurthy, this time you are not in there because we have already voted you as an inspiration. An already voted person need not be voted again. Can we have the voting for best evaluator? Please send your votes via a DM to Alicia. While we are doing.
You got muted, Sriram.
Oh, sorry. Are you able to hear me? Yep. Yeah. So, where you missed? What was the last thing that I said? Oh, now you are muted.
Now, in the meantime,
yeah.
when we are going to have the votings, in the meantime, that is where we left.
Okay. While the votings are happening, we will have the R counters report from our club president.
Okay, let me get the report and count. Okay, based on the R counter report that I was doing today. So let me just share, not in any particular order, from the speakers. Sanjeev, he had 4 R's, 1 3 so, and 3 repeated words. For Alicia, we had 2 so and 2 buts, 3 repeated words. For Shanshan, she had 1 so. So that's a thing that I captured. Shanshan was distracting me with her jokes. That's a good thing. For Gridhar, we had 1 but and 1 repeated word. For Prema, there was 1 1 so. For Prakash, who is returning Whampoa Toastmaster, but a guest today, 1 1 and quite a few yeah. So that's his style. For Chang, heard 1 repeated word. For during the evaluation for Alia, there was Alia said once. She had a sound like when she was thinking. There was twice, and also 2 so's and 1 repeated word. For Murthy, just captured 1 but and 1 repeated word. For Yuantai, there was 1 like. That's the only thing that I captured. For Lisa, she had 1 2 so, and 2 repeated words. For Patricia, can we give her a round of applause? I didn't capture any. Patricia Thay. Well done, Patricia. So even for myself, I had my junior doing the recording. I had 2 so and 1 but. And for our Toastmaster of the day, he had 1 R and a quite number, about 5 or 6 R's. But we also know that he was trying to balance as a best Toastmaster, TMD, as well as the best daddy. So I think we will take that into account. All right, so that's all. Back to you, Toastmaster of the day.
Oh, thank you, Zafar. Next, we have our language evaluator, who is another seasoned Toastmaster from our district 80 fraternity. She is the club president of Bishan Toastmasters Club. She enjoys exercising, gardening, and playing with neighborhood cat. And she has graced us to be our language evaluator today. She'll be giving us the report. Let's put our hands together for distinguished Toastmaster Celine Go.
Thank you. Thank you, Sriram. And good afternoon to everybody. It's been a long afternoon. Wow, real fruitful time we all had. You know, I felt like I was like a gardener, you know, going in, strolling through Whampoa Toastmasters garden and picking up all the lovely fruits and flowers. And I'm very happy to present them to you. Heard lots of clear, simple language, which is the first basic requirement of effective communication. Clear, simple language from the heart language, and peppered with lots of rhetorical devices for that additional impact, which I'm going to present to you. So let's give ourselves a round of applause first. Kudos to all of you. Thank you, first of all, to the following people who use the word of the day: Sriram, Zafar, Prema, Rebecca, Prakash, Patricia, and Lisa. Wow, I reaped a bountiful harvest in terms of word of the day. So thank you very much. As for the language divide, let me see how many categories. 1, 2, 3 or 4 categories of the language devices. First one, I would say would be the word choice. Second one, I'll be talking about repetition, then analogy, and the use of contrast. So I'll start with word choice. Lots of it. I was busily writing, and I think I missed out some. Forgive me if I've done that. First one on my list of beautiful word choice: intense and scorching sun. Okay, so it's that intentional use of the word scorching. She could have said hot sun, but she said scorching, because when you say scorching, you think of an iron, or you think of the desert, right? It makes that image in your mind, and it adds that impact into the delivery. Hot and dry, burning, intense and scorching sun. My world started to darken. Oh, that's another beautiful picture word, yeah? Ditch the bicycle. She could have said, forget about the bicycle, but you say ditch, because ditch means to totally abandon. And you think about a hole in the ground, right? Throw the bicycle inside. It creates that visual image. Jam braked. I think maybe jammed on the brakes would have served the speaker better. When you have emphasis is on the verb jammed on the brakes. We've become very utilitarian and very economical with our the way we speak. So jam braked effect is not the same. Drenched to the bone, right? So again, you know, you could say, I got completely wet, but you know, she used bone, and drenched. And bone is such an organic word, right? It's like, wow, went through the clothes right through my skin and into my bone. Our consumption habits spiraled so much out of control. Get our ears melodiously charged. I thought that was so sweet. Mending a broken system, right? Very precise, concise words chosen, right? To really drive home the message. Humongous, gigantic problem. Wanderlust itch. I suggest say wanderlust urge. right? Because wanderlust is a very strong impulse, so urge might match it better. Soul-searching speech. So beautiful words and even rhymes, the alliteration there. Length and breadth of the topic. Wow, instead of saying the whole topic, she said length and breadth, and you straight away you think of the swimming pool, right? The rectangle, and you can imagine the vastness of the topic. Green and fruity speech, just so sweet. Speech was enchanting. Ride a bike or take a hike. Sounds beautiful, isn't it? Right? Music to the ears, huh? Ring a bell in our minds. Beautiful use of metaphor there. Now for use of repetition, Zafar, I think it was Zafar, he said, the laws of nature, the laws of attraction, and the laws of, I missed that. So sorry. Can you tell us what that was, if you're still around? The laws of nature.
I'm here, but was it from G?
The laws of nature, the law of attraction, the law of something. Was there something after that?
That's from Prakash.
Yes, okay.
Prakash.
Okay.
Yes, I think the last one I just put it as the law of, actually it's not put the law of nature, but it's put it as law of the earth.
The law of the earth, yes, the law of Mother Earth, yes.
Thanks,
Today we gave tribute to Mother Earth. Now that's wonderful, isn't it? Think green, do green, go green. Wow, very nice. That's use of repetition. That's what you call not an anaphora, is the other one. I can't remember the name of the device. And then use of metaphors. As fast as a snail, I wanted to be like a cheetah. Sow seeds. I think it was Prakash. Your contribution at Table Topics was full of metaphors, and I couldn't catch all of them, but it was wonderful the way you used it to talk about nurturing children, growth and nurturing using the concept of growing a plant. So it's fantastic. Kindness and forgiveness are the best plants to grow. Lovely. Use of contrast. Don't forget to remember. That's what I call an antithesis, like love is an ideal thing. Marriage is a real thing, right? So these are things that make the speech memorable. We go home and we remember. So all the beautiful fruits and flowers. Do you want to hear about the thorns and the weeds that I found? Yes. Okay. First one on pronunciation. I heard hone our skills. H-O-N-E. That's what you call the silent E words. Words like late, time, name, game. The vowel is a long vowel. The vowel takes the same sound as the name. So H-O-N-E, the O is a O sound. So it's hone your skills, as in tone, as in phone. And then I heard spana instead of, I see Alicia smiling. You know why? Because that's how, when we use dialect or Chinese, we say spana, right? So it's not wrong. It's just being accurate. If you want to be an English speaking club, then you use the English way of saying it, and it's spanner, right? The A takes the short vowel sounds, span, like in the span of time, and then the ER is a right? Spanner. And I heard vocal variety vary, right? Your vocals vary, not vary. The vowel sound again here, right? Is a vary. Some awkward use. This is a very, very, very common one. It's table topics. Must make the S sound, right? Table topics. And not table topic. Enhance climate warrior. Enhance the climate. I think missed out a word, right? Enhance awareness of the climate. I had 40 kilometers remainder to complete. Maybe remainder is not such a suitable word. Left might be better, right? The ride went smooth. The ride went smoothly. The humor comes out. Here again, it's our using Mandarin syntax. it's very common with us. I mean, for our friends who are proficient with Mandarin as a first language, we forget to switch code, right? When we speak English, the sentence structure, the syntax is different. So it's better to say the humor comes out. How shall we say? I didn't sound humorous, something like that, yeah? And last, and another one, like, for example, you either say like, or you say, for example, right? One, you choose one word. And the last one would be for our countess report. There's another redundant word. For da-da-da, she had la-la. For da-da-da. So not necessarily to say for, just say, Alicia had 5 R's. Celine had 10 arms, like that. And that is all. I enjoyed myself in the garden today. So thank you very much. I'll leave you with just one quotation. Words can either be seeds or bullets. You use them carefully to build people up and not to tear them down. So over to you, Sri Ram. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Celine. Gratitude is the only gift that we can give to you for this insightful language evaluation. You have been very comprehensive in the way you covered each one of us. And I really like the fact that you chose a very simple word of the day. And the purpose is that everyone should use it. It should not be something fancy, and you reiterated my belief. Thank you very much, Celine, and we would love to have you in future as well. Due to some technical glitches, we won't be having a general evaluation because our general evaluator has some issues connecting from her device. So she has expressed her regret, and we are always grateful to her since she is our sort of mentor for the club and she's our club sponsor. So we often get feedback from her and we try to make our meetings more interesting and something every guest and member looks forward to. Now I would like to hand over the baton to the club president for presenting the awards. Today we have 4 awards. So what I will do is that I will be sharing my screen and club president will be giving out the awards.
Sure, Sriram. Thank you so much, Toastmaster of the Day. I can share screen. I've already put it in my computer.
Oh, you have put it already? Then it's perfect. Please
Okay.
go ahead. Please do the honors.
Okay, I'll share with the presentation of the awards. Everyone able to see the shared screen? Okay, great. Thank you. We will get started with the award time, and then I will have my closing address. We had an array of speakers today, and I think everyone contributed to the great meeting today, 203rd I mentioned. Shall we give ourselves and everyone here a round of applause? Thank you so much for being part of today's meeting. It is the audience voice, audience vote. So we have the best speakers for these 3 categories, and we also have 1 special category winner. So let's have the first one, the Best Speaker Award, Best Prepared Speech. Can we have a round drum roll and some sound? Yes. Okay, and the Best Prepared Speech speaker for today is Gridhar Metikal. Round of applause. Well done, Gridhar. Good job. Thank you so much. Well done, Gridhar. Next, we have the Best Table Topics. So it's also a great pleasure because we had a wonderful table topic segment, thanks to Rebecca, and also focused on green. And the Best Table Topics speaker, the award goes to Prakash, our returning Whampoa Toastmaster son. Well done, Prakash. Really glad to see you back. Thank you so much for coming back, and we hope to see you more often. And the Best Evaluator for today, and the round of applause goes to, drum rolls, yes, Patricia Tay. Well done, Patricia. Congrats. Congrats to all the winners for the speech category. We have a very special category also. Thank you so much for stepping in. A special note of thanks to Shanshan, but a special award, Best Role Player Award to Rebecca Purba. Round of applause. Thank you. She took up at the very last moment. She came in as an evaluator, but since there were some changes to the speakers, she stepped in readily to take up this table topic master. Thank you so much. Let me stop sharing. Okay, let me just go straight into closing address. So thank you once again for each and every one of you. I'd like to thank all the speakers and a special thanks to all the appointment holders from our language evaluator to the table topics master, to the timer, the R counter. I got assistance from my junior. And also to our MC and the captain of the ship who was, as we know, did very well to balance home and also the Toastmasters today, our TMD, Sriram. So today was another wonderful meeting where we got a chance to learn from each and every speaker, whether it was from the prepared speech. We had a couple of speech on the climate and how we can take care of the environment or their personal experience, and also from the table topics and a very good evaluation where they shared with us how each and every speaker could make a better leap into a more accomplished speaker. So thank you so much. But before we continue, I just want to get a few of our members here or guests to share with us how was today's meeting from your perspective, so that we will have a better understanding about how our meeting went and where we can do better. So in view of time, we're not able to call most of you or all of you, but let's have a selective number of guests sharing with us. Maybe I have to call our special award winner today, Rebecca. You readily stepped in, so just share with us what you feel about today's meeting.
Okay, thank you so much. I love this club. What I like in Toastmaster, we're not perfect, but learning make progress. So today, this is what I see. The teamwork, the supportive action that you all give to your speakers, like Jeev, when he started his speech, a technical glitch, Alicia comes up, and then our TMD as well. He do multiple roles, like taking care of the kid, but also doing the Toastmaster thingy. And you also have Zafrina as your support team as well. So I love the vibe in this club, that this is what Toastmasters should embrace it. The togetherness, the camaraderie, and also the supportive. So it encourage everyone to give even small contribution to the club, but big impact. So today, this is the impression that I have from your club. So thank you so much for inviting me as well. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Really appreciate that. We have, I'm not sure whether Murthy recognized Parkash, one of our members, with his beard. I did not recognize him. So Prakash, returning back to Whampoa, share with us what you feel about today's meeting.
Yes, once again, a very good afternoon or rather a very good evening now. Yes, it was definitely heartwarming to see everyone here, especially some faces who has been seasoned veterans of this club. It's nice to see them. And more importantly, I think I really enjoyed the session because I could see the variety or diversity of our fruits here, rather, of different clubs coming together and contributing in their other ways. I think that's how you enrich a garden, where you have a variety of seeds planted, not just one kind of seeds, which just, because sometimes that happens in clubs where you are having seen familiar faces, familiar voices, and the growth is more limiting in that sense. But I think I really saw the positiveness here, where we have enriched ourselves to have the variety here from different clubs contributing in their own ways, whether it's evaluation, whether it's language, even speeches. I think that enriches any club where we have variety and have more opportunities to have more different members from different places to contribute. Overall, definitely a learning experience a wonderful evening, I would say, or afternoon, whereby communication at Toastmasters is all about learning. And I think definitely I have learned a lot even from this session. So I think everybody has contributed in different ways. And I think the variety of topics that now even Toastmasters is providing is also enriching. So once again, thank you for the club for having wonderful program here.
Okay, great. Thank you, Prakash. Thank you. And we do look forward to you coming back, you being from the Whampoa arena, so you should join the Whampoa Toastmasters again.
I'm still green and will be green and definitely want to grow.
Yes, please. Okay. Thank you also to another guest who joined us today on my invitation. He's an international speaker and also an author who has been quietly sitting, but he took part in a certain segment. So can we hear your views about today's meeting, Mr. Chang?
Well, it's been a while. I came back to this Toastmaster arena. So Whampoa Toastmaster, Zafar is a good friend of mine, and with his leadership and also Haimati, a long time no see. We actually, I think it's a very positive club here, and some of the speakers, they have their strength, and being off with Toastmaster for a while, I start to kind of enjoy the camaraderie that you guys have, and at the same time, I believe that all of you all have potential to become an international speaker, because the reason why I said that is because I hope that SAFA will bring all these people up to the next level and see you all at a bigger arena, because I really see the potential in all of you all to become a better and professional speaker out there. Yes. Congratulations.
All right. Okay. Thanks, Chang. So your voice is a bit muted, but we got your message. Thank you so much. Is anyone else wants to share your views or feedback? You can always do so. You can always drop us a message to the VP or to any of the members here.
Yes,
Prema, go ahead. Yes, of course.
Yeah, please go ahead. Please go ahead.
Okay. Now, this is my first inaugural Toastmaster meeting. Okay.
Yes.
And I'm actually quite overwhelmed by the amount of knowledge that I've gathered in my first meeting. I mean, I didn't know there's an 8th continent, really. And then I really liked how Alicia spoke about, I could actually visualize myself going down the hill with a bicycle, and like what Celine said, drenched to, I really could feel it, And Celine, I just love your language. Oh my goodness. It is, I mean, I'm a language teacher myself, so your language is so rich, so I tell you, I'm really overwhelmed by today's meeting. Thank you very much, everyone, for including me in your club. Thank you.
Thank you. Prema, you're part of the immediate family of Whampoa Toastmasters. And we are going to hear you speak, and we are going to learn from you too. I mean, and also from each and every one of us.
Thank you. I really.
All right. Thank you, Prema. Gridhar, you want to share something?
Yeah, I just wanted to make an announcement.
Okay.
Yeah. Just to reiterate, guys, this is Giridhar again, as introduced by Sriram. I am Vice President of Education of TLCS Bilingual Club. Just to have a similar fruitful meeting in my club as well. We would like to have you guys all over in my TLCS Bilingual Club, which will happen every third Sunday. And this month chapter meeting we have on the coming Sunday, 17th of October. So we would like to have you guys all over there, and we are all invited in that. Thank you.
Thank you for extending the invitation. Since Gridhar mentioned an announcement, I will also follow with an announcement. Our next meeting, our meeting is always on the 2nd Saturday of the month. Our next meeting is going to be on the 13th November. Same time, still we are going through Zoom. Please come back, join us, and let's have more fun and more learning. Now I would like to ask Alicia, are we going to take a group photo, Alicia? Okay, for those who are able to switch on the cameras, appreciate if you can do that. Okay. Oh, okay. Okay, so for those, you can join on the
WTMC. Who's that?
Oh, okay. WTSC was my support role.
Okay, so We don't bother about the support role. Okay.
Yeah, yeah.
Or the support role, no, not say don't bother. The support role should also open up if it's available.
No, Zafina is there already. So it was just an additional one. Okay, now
All
we
right.
have full screen.
We first take the more serious shot. So everybody smile, your best smile.
So the serious shot is smile, is it? Okay,
Yes,
got it.
correct.
Yeah, that's why I was
serious shot
wondering.
is smile.
Seriously, you should look serious, you know.
Serious smile. Because smile tells 1,000 stories, right? 1, 2, 3. Okay, one more serious smile just in case.
Sriram, if your junior is around, so he can be brought in also. Yeah, okay, let Sriram's junior join
relax your serious smile.
No, because I think Sriram's junior was like 50% in the meeting. Okay, that's nice, sweet. Okay, nice. Okay.
Smile.
Yes, oh, we have Lisa junior also.
1, 2, 3. Okay, now is the front shot.
Okay.
But I can't do it because I'm taking the photo, so go ahead. 1, 2, 3. One more, one more.
Okay,
1, 2, 3. Wait. Sorry. 1, 2, 3. Okay. Taken. Thank you.
All right. Okay. Thank you so much. With that, we have come to the end of today's meeting. Wish you all have a safe time. I mean, like there are some new restrictions coming up, so stay safe, stay healthy, and have a wonderful month ahead till we meet again next month. Right? Ciao.
Thank you so much,
Thank
Zafar.
you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you, Toastmaster of the Day.
Thank you.